Welcome to the Real Mama Pod.
I'm your host, Devin.
And I'm your host, Kendra.
We are real moms.
Sharing real experiences. The things people don't tell you.
Hey, mama, hey.
Hey, mama, hey.
How you doing, friend?
I'm good, friend. How are you?
I'm wonderful. If this is your first time listening, I'm your host, Devin.
And I'm your host, Kendra.
Okay, singing voice. We got that twice today. Y'all know we both record, so it's no tea. Yeah, so we don't have a guest. It's just us. Before we get started, though, we got some housekeeping rules.
Got some business to take care of.
Okay, y'all probably tired of hearing me saying this, but go ahead and leave us a review. This is your time because I know you didn't do it yet. So go ahead while you're listening to the episode, hit 5 stars and leave us a review. The text messages, all the things are great. The DMs keep going, all that. Great, but we need that. We need that on here because we monetizing this year. 2026 is the Real Mama Pod's year, okay? So our boat has been rocked, and that's okay. We are rock steady.
Rock the boat.
We are rock steady. We have ride the wave, and now it's time for us to make some money, okay? Oh, y'all see how I did that? Anyway.
Y'all, Devin real sleepy. So
Yeah,
Jess,
no, I get
if
silly.
she gets silly,
Yeah,
just
sleepy. But no, seriously though, leave us a review. Also, if you want to support us, we have mama merch, cool uncle merch, rich auntie merch, daddy merch, and like Kendra said, we're going to incorporate the grandparent merch. So nobody's off limits. And actually, we need to add godparent merch to that too. There we go. Because Godparent Week, if y'all didn't know, show up for your godparents. It's the first Sunday in June. Okay, so just a little plug. We'll have some merch for y'all to buy. Anyway. But now that's out the way.
Oh, all right. Well, now we really getting down to business.
We get into it. So I think we are over 120 something episodes, and it's time to reintroduce ourselves.
We are over 120 episodes.
Yeah.
So
what we going into? What, year 3 or 4?
Technically, this is going into year 4. Depending on when you want to start the founding
2021.
Because
right? It's
like 4 or 5 years now.
Wow, that's crazy.
Because we started talking about this podcast in 2021.
Yeah.
We started planning for it in 2021. It did not come out until 2022.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and it's 2026 now.
That's crazy.
So,
yeah.
it's like 4 or 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5 years.
4 to 5 years in the making.
Which is crazy. Yeah, which is absolutely insane. But I'm happy to be here and to continue to be doing this because a lot of times people start podcasts and don't see it through. No shade. It's just hard and there's no money in it. And unless you got like the big streamer numbers and all that stuff. But for independent podcasters, it is a little hard.
It is very hard.
Kudos to us.
We've been thugging it out, though.
We've been thugging it out. And we've been bringing y'all the content.
Yes,
we have
indeed.
some good guests. You always going to learn something at the Mama Pod. So this is not no BS. We take it seriously.
We do. So we said we're going to reintroduce ourselves.
Yeah. So I am Devin. If this is your first time listening, if this is your 100 and something time listening, hey. So when we first started recording, I think my boys were 1 and almost 3. Because Eli was almost 2.
Yep. Because Drew.
And now they're 5 and 7, turning 6 and 8 this year. So
that's crazy.
That's crazy. How about you? How old were you? How old was Eli? How old is he now?
Eli was 2, going on 3, and my boy just turned 6 in October. Yeah. So he'll be turning 7 this year, which I don't know how I feel about that. Yeah, but it is what it is.
It is.
He's supposed to grow up.
Yeah.
But yeah, my pumpkin was only 2 years old.
So, like, what is some of your proud moments from the podcast?
Ooh, oh my goodness! I think that we have one thing I'm proud of us as it relates to this podcast is we've ebbed and flowed. We've allowed the podcast to go through all of its transitions, and we have walked through that with grace. Yeah. We have faced a lot of obstacles, obstacles that could deter a lot of people from finishing out, something that they've set forth. And when we thought through this podcast and thought about creating it, it was just a platform for us to have discussion. But as we continue to have discussion and meeting people and being exposed to certain phases of podcasting, our vision board expanded.
Yeah.
Like we started thinking through other things that we wanted to do to grow this community, and I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
Because we did not allow ourselves to stay boxed in.
Yeah.
With just conversation over a mic. We expanded out through community meetups, live shows, which is not something that we thought of when we made this podcast. Right. Our following, I'm also very proud of that. Social media is a hard game. Between algorithms and politics and anything you name, social media can be impacted. And it just took one reel to grow our following from like, 1,500
it's like 1,200 over 7,000
to over 7,000, which may not be big to some, but that's big for us. And we're gonna celebrate every milestone. So I am just happy and proud that we are sticking with this. Like I said, it's been very challenging, but we didn't let those challenges deter us from what we've put out for ourselves in this podcast. So, I mean, other things, of course, but I'm going to leave some room for you to also say what you're proud of.
Yeah, I think some of my proud moments is our consistency. Even if you're in a season or if I'm in a season, we will do extra to keep that other person afloat, right? It's like, okay, I know Kendra busy season is going to be spring to summer. I ain't going to see her. I ain't going to hear from her. And I will take the lead on certain things. And, you know, back to school time for me to May is crazy as well. And so you would take the lead from me. And sometimes it may be my day to post, but you may post for me and vice versa. Because you just know, listen, it's rough out here. And so the summers are a little bit more lenient for me. So I show up in those moments. So just being consistent and really like taking it seriously, because we don't have to, but we do take it like as a job. We consider this work.
It is.
It's hard work. It's our passion, and like I'm ready for it to go to the next level.
Yeah, and when it get to that next level, baby, listen,
we're gonna have jobs for everybody.
Right, like y'all want to come work at the Real Mama Pod?
Yes,
because that's what it's all about.
So, okay, so what are some difficult things that you're navigating through mamahood at this time, and how are you responding?
Ooh, okay, so that was a quick
yeah. We're gonna get right to it.
So one of the biggest challenges for me is we talked about this on a lot of episodes, but I am having to be very mindful about how I parent my child. And it is not always easy because of how we grew up. How I grew up. Now my parents were and are phenomenal. They didn't play with us though.
They didn't play the radio.
They did not play the radio, and there are some things that my parents, you know, that how they raised us. It's just not something that I want to carry into to my own parenting style. No shade toward my parents, because they.
I mean, you're great.
Well, thank you, darling. They are phenomenal. And they did what they felt they needed to do with me and my brother at that time. But times have changed. Children have changed. And the way that we parent has evolved. And I'm trying to be more conscious about how I handle Eli. Specifically when he is at a highly emotional point where he's crying hysterically, he's whining, he's this, and I'm like, boy, stop, you're killing me. And the challenge in that is being able to calmly approach him and address the situation, like without yelling, without fussing, and really looking to understand, like, what is the problem and how can we work together to fix this. So it is not the easiest thing, but it is what it is. You know, if y'all hear some noise in the background, be it an iPad or some chicken nugget smacking, it's Eli, because he just so happens to be in the studio today. And it looks like he may be watching Transformers and his headphones may have fallen out. So
we're going to take care of that real quick.
Yes, baby is plugging it up and he's good to go. That milkshake is back in his hand and he's ready, set, go.
Real content made by real people.
Exactly. So That's been one of my biggest challenges is like addressing Eli in a way that does not that gives him or makes him feel like he has a safe space to be emotional, and to ask questions and to speak up when he feels like he needs to. So other than that, I mean, normal motherhood challenges, but that has been one thing that I've really been trying to navigate, and I've been trying to be extremely conscious about how I respond to him when he's in those highly emotional states.
Right. Okay.
What about you?
For me, I think I'm doing more solo parenting a lot because Jared's role has shifted, and we have a dog, and I'm counting that as parenthood as well because I got to parent the dog too. He's still a puppy. And with the breed that we have, Mastiff, King Corsos, like they have to be trained early or they could be really terrible, dangerous dogs. So that has fallen on me, as well as just like the regular mamahood stuff. Homework time, bath, dinner, going to sport practices and stuff like that. So just solo parenting has been difficult. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we're making it work. I'm learning to use my words like, hey, mommy is overstimulated. Please give me a minute. Like, you see I'm by myself. You see the dog is doing a lot. I need you guys to make the best decisions for the household. I because I'm a spaz, and I'm gonna try not to yell at y'all, and I'm really trying to be. And I would tell them that I would just have, and they'd be like, okay, mommy, we will give you 5 minutes, and they'll go upstairs, and I'm like, please don't turn it into a fight. Like, I just need y'all to get along, and just give me a minute. And that has been working, but I think that's something difficult that I'm navigating in this season right now. So I've always had a soft spot for single moms. My mom was a single mom, time or two, in between marriages and things like that. But like, I can never compare my experiences as being a single mom because I'm not, but I can empathize even more because even having a little taste of it, I'm like, listen,
bless it,
somebody come help me. So,
especially when you're tired, you've worked a long day,
working all day,
then your kids not listening. They don't want to eat what you have for dinner. They want to get on the iPad. They want to watch Transformers. They want to play Hippo, whatever. It's
crying
just
for homework.
Crying.
Like,
I don't want to do the homework.
Right.
You got to do the homework. Come on. Like, we do this every
day.
Single day. Nothing has changed.
Yep.
What are we doing here? So I understand, friend.
Yeah.
So speaking of these children, and even in my last response to the question about just challenges and me saying that I'm trying not to raise Eli in a way that's in similar, I guess, ways of emotionally responding to things. There are some things that I want to do differently than how my parents responded. Are there any, and this is we're kind of all over the place, but these are good questions. Are there any traumas from your childhood that you may have experienced, and you're trying your damnedest to make sure your kids don't?
Yeah.
How is that showing up in parenthood for you? And if you feel that you have some insight on Jared as well,
traumas. I feel like I have a lot of them, and I think I shield my kids too much because of my trauma. Like, I don't want them to be like, Jared, like, just let them be. And I'm like, no, like, we have to protect them because, and he's more like they have to learn through experiences because at the end of the day, they're going to be men one day. And so I'm raising boys to be men. And I'm like, well, they're still kids. Like, let them be. This is where we kind of have conflict. Because I'm like, but they're still kids. Let them be kids. Like, they have their whole life to be a man. But he's like, but it starts now. I'm a man. I was a boy once. It starts now because our mindset. And for me, I'm like, no, like, it's innocence. Like, they need to allow to be innocent and free. And he's like, no, they need to know how to conduct themselves. So I feel like I am constantly shielding them from harm's way.
Yeah.
If they jump too far, like, okay, you can jump from the 3rd step, but you can't jump for the 10th step. And Jared's like, you jump from that 10th step if you want to. You just going to have to learn your lesson. And so I am because I've grown up in a very chaotic environment. Like, I learned how to navigate. Like, my childhood allowed me to realize early what I want and what I want to accomplish. So I think that's why I'm very goal driven, because I'm like, I don't want that. Now, it's not anything that was my mom's fault or anything like that. Because she did the best she could with the resources that she had.
Yeah.
It's really not her fault. And at the end of the day, like, I'm okay. But I try to shield my kids from that. So growing up in Harlem in New York, I knew how to take a train by 6 years old. I knew if I got separated from my mom to get off at the next stop, and she would meet me there. I knew how to walk from 114th Street to 112th Street and 5th Avenue and I lived on St. Nicholas to get to my grandmother's house. Like, all at a young age, and the community watched out for me. I knew to come home when the street lights was on. I knew I would never allow my kids to go outside by themselves to play in the yard.
The climate is
like
just,
to play in the front yard.
Yeah.
I was riding my
90s.
bike.
This the 2020 something.
Literally blocks and avenues. Okay. Going around Harlem by myself or with my friends or with my siblings, whatever. But I knew I would never, ever, ever, ever let them even go to the mailbox at this age. And if I was 6, my mom would allow me to go check the mail. I used to go to the corner store. I used to go to the supermarket. I used to do I had responsibility. And thank God I was a good kid. So it's just like, I did what I was supposed to do. My mom told me to do something. I don't think my kids would come back, like, just because they got distracted by the butterfly. Like,
yeah,
it's just
the world looks different now than it did in the 90s.
Yeah, so is it different because we know more through exposure, through social media? Because kidnappings was happening when we were little.
Yes.
So it's like, and there was no cell phone. There was no Apple AirTag. There was none of that. So, like, what changed? Are the people crazier, or do we know more?
I think it is a mixture of a lot of things.
Okay.
And I can't say that I have the answer because I really don't know.
Yeah.
I just know that today's world is not or the world that we grew up in, the 90s. Like, we grew up in the 90s.
Yeah.
It was not chaotic like it is now.
Yeah.
Like, I do think we are, and our children are exposed to too much.
True.
Social media does allow us to see or have a very surface level understanding of a lot of things that's happening around the world.
Right.
I don't know what it is exactly that is so different that makes this world feel not as safe as it did when we were growing up.
Yeah.
I don't know. People are just different. Yeah. Like, I can't say that I would, like, there are a lot of things that we did growing up, like going to sleepovers. And
that's a question.
My parents did surprisingly allow me to go over sleepovers. But there was some steps in between.
Yeah.
Like, they had to
know the
parents and know them well. Their kid likely had to come over to my house before too. Like, it wasn't like I'm dropping my kid off and they're staying over here just because that's your friend. Yeah. No, there was some steps in between.
And those, I don't know if this is for you, but like, my friends' parents became friends to my parents. Like, it became like a community.
Yes, it was. It was a community. But can I say that now? No. There are only certain people I will let Eli spend the night with, and that is my brother. Of course, y'all his godparents, and that's about it. Unless it's like, of course, my family that Eli know, my parents. That's like a given. But friends, nah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't trust people like that.
Yeah.
I think it's fine to have play dates, but sleeping over, like, I don't know about that. So that's what I mean. Like, life just looks different now.
Because we are coming up. Like, Drew got invited to his first sleepover.
Oh, goodness.
And it was like, no. And some kids stayed and some parents didn't let them stay. And it's just like, and he's like, but why? I don't understand why. Like, all my friends are there. Like, he was crying. And I felt so bad. And I'm like, I'm letting my traumas, and not that anything ever happened to me, because I went to sleepovers.
This is like a fear.
But my fears to be like, but it's also that protection mode, because if something was to happen, and these people are good people from what I know, like I've met them, we went to birthday party, like we see them, we interact with them, like they're in a private school, so it's a smaller community, so we do a lot together, but I am not ready to take that next step. And then I don't want him resenting me because he's the only kid that's not allowed.
Yeah, well, in that case, he wasn't the only kid, because there was some other kids.
It was one more kid that wasn't allowed.
But there are some things that our kids will not understand now.
Yeah.
That they will appreciate later. And not saying that something could have or would have happened to Drew.
Because nothing happened to any of the kids.
Yeah, you just never know. And like I said, people today are not the people that we grew up with. It's just the world is different. It's more cutthroat. People ain't looking out for your kids like they did back in the day.
Yeah.
You don't have, like, you have community, you have a village, like presence, but not in the way that we had it back. Like in the 90s, or even early 2000s, the neighborhood was looking out for you and your kids.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Neighborhood ain't looking out like they did anymore.
Yeah.
It's just not the world that we live in anymore. So we have to work around the world that we live in. And unfortunately, we're just not living in those times anymore. And we got to roll with what we got.
Yeah.
So I'm there. I wouldn't have let Eli spend the night either.
Yeah.
And that is a projected fear.
Yeah.
And sorry, son, I can't even really explain to you why I don't want you or will not let you stay.
Right.
At
because
such and such house.
I was able to do that. And now I'm taking that away from them. So I don't know. Maybe my heart may change and maybe
As
when he's
he
a
gets
little
older,
older, maybe if he has a cell phone, like he ain't got no phones. I mean, he knows my number by heart, but he can't call me if something was to happen. So maybe I would feel better if he had a cell phone. I don't know. Like, I don't know why I have this fear. And
I think it's because you mentioned the word exposure. We are exposed to a lot of stuff on this damn phone. Like, get on Instagram. I know I see stuff and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
So this goes back to just that fear factor. Yeah. So Eli goes to swim, and he has gotten to the point where he wants to do things himself. He has this very independent mindset. He doesn't really want mommy and daddy to help anymore. He wants to take care of things himself. Love that. I want you to establish independence and be confident in knowing that you can take care of something.
Right.
So this past Monday, we went to swim. When we were done, I usually take him, like if I take him to swim, we're going into the women's locker room to change. Yeah. And he's like, Mommy, can I go in the men's locker room? And at first I said no. And then I was like, well, you can change your clothes yourself. But then I thought about it. I said, hold on. You in the men's locker room. I can't see what's going on in there. I don't know who's in there. I can't hear you if something, because the way the locker room is set up, you gotta go all the way. And I don't have eyes in there. I don't know anybody in there, and I don't trust the space. I don't know these people. So I was like, no. I'm sorry, son. I love that you want to be independent, but I don't know what sits on the other side of those walls. I can't see you. I can't hear you. I don't know who's over there. So I'm sorry, you're going to have to come in here with mommy. And I hate that you got to come in the women, but you just got to come in here. I'm not sending you in there by yourself. But for the slightest second, I had that thought. And as soon as I got home, getting to bed, winding down on social media, probably shouldn't be, I saw a post about a man who...
At a football game or something, a 21-year-old attacked an 8-year-old.
An 8-year-old in the bathroom and tried to sexually assault him. And I'm like, this is why I did not want my child going in that locker room by himself. So it's like, those things may have been happening when we were children, but we didn't know because we didn't have the exposure that we have now. Now when I pick up my phone, I can see everything. So I'm like, I'm glad I didn't let Eli go in there. But I also don't want him to feel like he has to walk around fearful of everything. You know?
I know, it's that hard balance. And so that's where my trauma comes up, because you're just like, no, they need to know. But I'm like, no, because I can't see. So I am proud of myself. I mean, at church, I let them go to the bathroom by themselves. If Jared's not with me, if he's traveling for work or whatever, I will let them go in the bathroom by themselves. And then one time we went to the movies, But the way I was like right by the door, I'm like, Georgia, looking crazy. Can y'all hear me? Yes, Mom, we can hear you. We're washing our hands. Like, but it's still like they should be able to go to the bathroom by themselves.
They should. But there are sick people in this
Right,
world.
but it's sick people in this world. And good thing they have each other too. More than likely, a attacker or whatever is not gonna. They're gonna gravitate to the kid that's solo versus with somebody.
Exactly.
So it's just like I try to keep that in the back of my mind because I do want them to be fearless. I don't want them to fear things because we teach them that fear is not real. Danger is real. Fear is not real. But if I'm telling them that and then my actions are saying something different, it's confusing for them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, maybe when Eli gets his sibling one day soon, he can go in the men's restroom. But until then, unless his daddy or my brother or a male that I trust can take him, you got to go in his women's bathroom with me. Sorry, son.
Yeah.
And I teach him manners while he's in there. You look at mommy. Do not have wandering eyes.
Right.
I hate that you're in this situation, but I cannot. And I'm like, I had a slight. I'm like, you know what?
Yep.
I could allow him to be independent and go.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, hell no. Because I don't know who's on the other side of that wall.
Yep.
And I would have to tear this
I would have to
place
block me
completely. I would not be here today in this seat. Had some,
I know. No. So what about, how do you feel about drop-off play dates now? Because now that be coming in that age too, where it's like, can you drop them off and pick them up? Like, I feel like I'm a crazy mom.
It depends on where.
Because I see other moms doing this, and I'm like, I'm not there yet.
It depends on where.
Like, we had a drop-off birthday party, and me and Jared stayed. We were the only parents there.
Yeah.
Part of it was a swim party too. And so Drew, I'm confident in the water. Jay, hit or miss. Because we don't go every day, every week, sometimes he regresses a little bit. So can he swim? Yes. Is he a strong swimmer? No. Does he get distracted? Yes. So I want to keep eyes on him. I can't say that I fully trust him in the water. And so that was like my thing. It's like, this is a swim party. And a lot of times parents automatically invite Jay or Drew because they're brothers, close in age. They automatically get invited to the parties. And so I'm like, oh, well, I'm really more here for Jay. But I was there for.
Yeah, I'm not dropping Eli off at no party with
And then I felt bad. I'm like, dang, it's not that I don't trust you, the parent. I don't really trust my kid.
No,
I think that's what.
Honestly, you don't know that parent like that. That's
no,
okay.
But these are people that we do know. Like, we have gotten closer. I don't know. We've gotten closer.
You got closer, but y'all ain't close.
Yeah, no. I would say we're pretty close.
Okay.
It's just, I'm not there. It's me.
Okay. You know what, friend? I don't feel bad because it would have been a no for me too. Yeah. I would have been that outlier parent that's still there, maybe in the distance.
Yeah, I didn't hover. We didn't hover.
Yeah. I can't, unless it has to be, like I said, my brother and sister-in-law, y'all, family. At this point, I'm not dropping Eli off. Yeah. Anywhere, unless it is a really close friend. And when I say really close friend, I mean a really close friend. But at that point, I'm over there talking to my friend. Right. So I'm here, but I'm not. Because me and my friends are talking. So, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Okay. And again, today's world does not allow us to be as carefree as our parents were when we were 6, 7, and 8 years old. Yeah. Remember, we don't live in that world anymore.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm thinking even about that ad that used to come on at 10 o'clock. I don't know if y'all got it, but it was like, it's 10 p.m. Do you know where your kids are? And it's like, da-da-da. It was like a reminder to check for your kids. Like, it's like,
they don't have those reminders.
Yeah, they don't have that no more. No.
But I feel like we are parts of us. And when I say us, millennial parents, we are trying to create and build the community, the village that we had when we were kids, right? And
it's hard to
So we want to have this safe world and space that we grew up in. We want to give our kids the autonomy to go out, do things, be independent, have some agency over what they do and what they're interested in. But the world that we unfortunately live in does not allow us to do that. And it's like, dang, like I feel like our kids are not getting the same genuine, carefree, innocent upbringing in that way that we did. Yeah. And it sucks. Yeah. But that's why we have our own community that will allow us to do that. So it's like we got to make the community, whereas back in the day, it's like the community was like you went to the community.
Yeah, your neighbors were literally your neighbors. They were family. Like, I don't know my neighbor's name.
Me either. I mean,
now it depends on where I'm at. There's sometimes where I'm really close with my neighbors, and then sometimes when I'm not. And this new place, like, I do know my neighbor's name. His name is John. So, John, he comes to Florida. He lives in New York. He comes to Florida twice a year. But we did meet him. But my other neighbors, I don't know them. Like, somebody's dog was outside in a like cul-de-sac. We didn't know who dog it was. So me and another neighbor knocking on the doors, like, is this your little Yorkie? Finally found, but I should, if I know if I know my neighbors, I should know their dog.
In Florida, roaming the streets.
Yeah.
Not safe.
Yeah. So.
Not safe.
Yeah, it's crazy. So real quick recap from last year. Eli and Drew gave us a hard time in school last year.
Whew.
Update. How's Eli doing? I'll let you know how Drew's doing. But yeah,
my boy is doing good at school. I am so proud of Eli. Yeah, he is in kindergarten now. He is reading at nearly a second grade level. And it's all due to his preschool. They really prepped him for kindergarten. I'm so thankful. But he took to kindergarten, or he is taking to it very well. Good. His teachers adore him. I love his school. It is a school that is in Atlanta. So his classmates are all Black. Okay. And at first I was like, I would love some more diversity. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't want that for him now, but I feel like he is learning so much, specifically as it relates to being Black, having Black teachers, and being amongst Black peers. And I don't know. I'm really loving his school. I'm loving how he's doing, how he's adjusted. They do MAP testing at the beginning, which is like
kind of like a state test that looks at performance and proficiency.
There we go. Come on, school psychologist. Thank you, because I could not find the words.
Yeah, that's fine.
But he performed very well on his first test. And he did extremely well on his second one. So it's nothing but progression for him. It is Martin Luther King's birthday, just passed. And he came home asking questions about Martin Luther King. And it wasn't like, who's Martin Luther King? It was like real detail, like, how did Martin Luther King die? Yeah. Why did they shoot him? Why? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you asking these questions in kindergarten? Right. But he's so inquisitive. He wants to know. He wants to learn. And it's been a 180 for Eli. Yeah. Like he has more advanced homework now because his teachers felt like he needed to be challenged more. Jonathan and I agreed, and we were like, let's give our boy what he needs. Right. So he has done a 180. He loves to learn. He loves to solve problems. And it has been fun watching him grow in that space, like through his little eyes. So I'm enjoying his progression academically. What's going on with my boy Drew?
Drew has done complete 180 as well.
Yes.
I'm really, really proud of him. It was never the academics. It was more behavior for Drew. I don't think he had, I don't think the structure of the classroom that he was in last year was a good fit for him. So I thought he needed somebody more strict and consistent and rigid, and he actually needed the opposite. So the teacher he has this year, she is very consistent with him, but she allows him to be himself. So she's not as rigid. If he wants to write about Deadpool, he's not getting in trouble. And his writing has changed drastically. Like, his writing is beautiful, it's detailed, he's spelling things correctly because he's free to be creative. Because Drew is a creative child.
Yeah, he is.
And so he's able to exhibit that. He's not cast in this little box of this is what you need to do. So I think he has thrived in this environment, and she gives him a lot of positive reinforcement. He'll come home and like, Mom, guess what my teacher told me? She told me I'm an expert speller. And I was like, okay. And he's been getting hundreds on his spelling. Like, it was just, I'm like, okay, you are thriving, you're blossoming, you're more mature. Jay has always been good in schools, never really gave me a problem behavior or academically. So that's easy. It was more of Drew at the time, but I'm proud of his progress. I'm so happy for him.
Way to go, Drew.
Yeah. So
way to go, Drew.
Yeah. So this was a good little catch up.
It was. Hopefully people have learned
and can identify with some of the things that we're going through as mamas, because we don't really get to reflect a lot because we do have a lot of guests.
Yeah.
Which is great because I mean we're not experts in a lot of things.
At all.
Being able to have different perspectives is always awesome. But also just having that check in to allow moms to know like y'all not the only ones. Like we struggling too.
Yeah, and also to give y'all updates. Like
yeah.
Devin said, we started this podcast 4 to 5 years ago, and our kids have grown a lot over the last 4 to 5 years. So it's good for y'all to also know what's going on with your nephews. So, yes.
Oh, this is good. So, Mama Juice.
Yes.
What are we doing?
So, if this is your first time listening, Mama Juice is my favorite segment of the show. Usually, we have a well-crafted cocktail that fits the theme and conversation. But today, we're just taking it light and chilling. We are drinking a white wine. Nothing super special about it. We're just sipping and catching up, and we're calling this growing up. Because growing up can be used across several different contexts. We're talking about our kids growing up. We're talking about the podcast growing up. We're talking about how we've grown as parents, and there's growth in everything. Yeah. So we are cheersing to growing up. And I look forward to seeing what the next 4 to 5, 6, 7 years is going to look like for the pod and the kids and for us.
Yeah.
Because we're knocking at 40, so.
Don't remind me. Okay, so if this is your first time listening, Mama Juice is my favorite segment. And so this allows us to connect with our listeners. So you guys can start writing us at mama@therealmamapod.com. We'll be happy to answer your questions. We are no experts, but we try to give you perspective from our point of view. Or if we have an expert on, they can actually answer your question. So if we have a specific question where we're getting an expert, we'll ask them that question. We'll save those questions. So write us if you have any questions. It doesn't have to be anything formal or anything like that. But yeah, sure, write us. We love that. Also, just a reminder, Kendra's wearing our mama merch. I know we talked about it earlier, but I didn't recognize the shirt that she's wearing. So she's wearing the chocolate brown mama sweatshirt. So
cute.
Make sure you grab that. It goes with anything. You could dress it up, dress it down. And as you can see, it's very cute and comfy. So that's that. And so from Mama's Corner, what is next for the pod?
Well, the Mama Pod will continue to do the work that it's doing. But our goal is to scale out. Like, there is so much potential behind the Mama Pod. And I just want to say thank you to all of our community. You all push us more than you think, more than you know. And we appreciate all that you've done to pour into the Real Mama Pod.
Yes.
We could not do this work without all of you. And I just want to take this time to say thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Without you all, we can't grow into all of the endless possibilities of the Real Mama Pod. And I'm looking forward to seeing where things go this year. I think we are being more intentional about monetizing.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how that turns out, how that works out. I'm sure it will work out well.
Yeah.
We need you all support, and we can't do that unless you support us in a way of leaving reviews, letting everyone know, like, how has the Real Mama Pod impacted you in your life. So I'm going to challenge every person listening to this episode to go to wherever you stream your podcast and seriously leave us a review, because it will help us grow in more ways than you know. And that's how we continue to have these conversations around our growth and development as a podcast. So we can't do that unless you work with us. So I'm challenging everybody. Mama, daddy, uncle, auntie, grandmama, granddaddy, paw, friend, whoever.
Yeah.
Go leave a review for the Real Mama Pod.
share our podcast to anyone that you think will may be interested. Subscribe, follow on all our platforms. That goes a far way too. We have 7,000 followers on Instagram, but then our other accounts, as far as like YouTube and TikTok, it's a little slower. So go ahead, if you're not subscribed, subscribe today, like, follow, and share. But excited to see what's next for the Mama Pod. We definitely want to cover more, but it's just a 2-man show at this point. So we do what we can, but we're going to always do it with integrity. So.
Absolutely. We're going to conferences. Yeah. Our goal is to have more speaking engagements, but also continuing to do this work. We feel that the Real Mama Pod has its niche. Like, we are having conversations about things that a lot of mothers don't talk about, or they feel that they don't have the community and space to talk about. So we have this space for you. So do everything we just said so that we can continue to have this space for you and for us.
Yes, absolutely. Well, this was a great catch up.
It was, friend.
Yeah.
You're doing a good job, Mama.
So are you, Mama.
Thank you.
All right. Until next time, Mamas.
Bye.